Are you worried about premature aging? Do you want to prevent melasma, hyperpigmentation, or fine lines? How about dark patches, or dehydrated skin, or acne? How about like this picture? What do you think all these skin conditions have in common? All these skin conditions have something to do with sunscreen. Or what is a sunscreen? Or why do you need it? Or how do you use it? And most importantly, how do you choose it? And if you're one of those people who are young and do not care about sunscreen sun damage or anything, then trust me, darling, you will. And there's no harm in learning. So let's find out.
Sunscreen is a topical product that protects us from the UV ray. What is UV ray? UV ray is ultraviolet radiation emitted from the sun, which is extremely damaging to our skin and the biggest factor in causing skin cancer.
Why do you need to use a sunscreen? It is estimated that around 90% of our skin issues are caused one way or other by this UV ray from the sun. 90%. UV ray can contribute to acne, melasma, hyperpigmentation, clogged pores or comedons, dark patches, dehydration, erythema, wrinkles, saggy skin, and I've already mentioned skin cancer, haven't I? Now, who needs sunscreen? Everyone. Even 6-month-old babies need sunscreen if they are being exposed to the sun. And if you are the cool guy in the group who always says that I don't need these things, I'm alright, you need sunscreen as well. One of the huge misconceptions I see among people with brown, Asian, or rich skin is that they're like, I don't need to use sunscreen because I have extremely low risk of skin cancer and thanks to our abundant melanin. However, low risk doesn't mean zero. Plus, melanin-prone skin is much more prone to hyperpigmentation or black acne marks thanks to this excess melanin in our skin. And I've already mentioned the other skin issues. Remember? So, if you are someone who is okay with embracing your acne marks, uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation, or premature aging, which I absolutely support and admire, and have no history of skin cancer in the family, then you probably don't need a sunscreen. But if you have decided that you need a sunscreen, the next question on your mind is probably gonna be, how to choose one. So these are the factors that you primarily need to consider before choosing a sunscreen. Protection. A sunscreen can protect us from two types of UV rays. Both the rays are very harmful to our skin. But the UVA ray has more penetrating power than the UVB ray. For example, the UVA ray can penetrate our clothes, the glasses of the car, or the windows of our houses. That's why while choosing a sunscreen, you need to make sure that the sunscreen is going to protect you from both the rays. But how can you make sure of that? Easy. First, look for the word SPF. Then look for either of these two terms, broad spectrum or PA++++. These terms mean that the sunscreen has the ability to give protection against UVA ray, while the SPF value in the sunscreen usually indicates its protection level against UVB rays. Now, I have definitely simplified these terms a bit to keep this video shorter, but if you guys are interested, I can make a whole video on this topic because protection is really important, right? For now, just remember that your sunscreen must mention broad spectrum or PA+++ and should have a minimum SPF 30 protection. Next, UV filters. There are mainly 3 types of sunscreens based on the UV filters used. First, chemical or organic sunscreen, mineral or inorganic or physical sunscreen, and hybrid sunscreen. Mineral or inorganic or physical sunscreens are the ones that only uses 2 types of filters: zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, or both. Any other UV filters fall into the category of chemical sunscreens. Now, of course, this term is a bit misleading because all the UV filters are chemicals anyway, but because people are most familiar with these terms, I'm going to use them in this video. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide don't cause any eye irritation. That's why they're particularly favored by people with sensitive skin and eyes, usually. Chemical sunscreen has a wide range of UV filters from the old avobenzene, oxybenzene to the new generation Uvinil A+, Uvinil T150, Octinoxate, octisalate, amylixate, etc. Contrast to the old belief, thanks to Michelle from Lab Muffin Beauty Science, now we know that both mineral and chemical sunscreen work and protect the same way. So while choosing the sunscreens, the main difference that makes a difference between these two types of sunscreen is the white cast. If you have rich skin tone, you probably aren't going to like the white cast that comes with mineral aka physical UV filters. Number 3 is hybrid sunscreen, meaning that it uses both organic and inorganic UV filters. I wouldn't say it's best of the both worlds because eventually it all comes down to the formulation of the product. Now, any sunscreen from any of these categories can offer extra benefits like sweat resistance, water resistance, tone-up effect, etc. Texture and finishing of the sunscreen matters because of different skin types. I think none of us would like a sunscreen that take ages to blend in or piles up. So check out the blendability of the product because we want it to spread evenly on our skin. As for the finishing of the product, I think oily skin people have it hard because it's really difficult to find a pleasant sunscreen that gives a matte finish. I personally prefer Japanese sunscreens on this regard. So if you'd like some reviews on them, leave a comment below. The last consideration is budget. Just because a sunscreen is at a higher price point does not mean that it's giving you higher protection. No need to break your bank. The drugstore sunscreens are just as good. The last and most important rule about sunscreen is that the best sunscreen for you would be the one that you like to apply and reapply. So if you found a favorite, stick with it. When to apply sunscreen? Every time you go out. Even in the cloudy days. At least apply once. Now, you could take help from the UV index, and if you want to know more, let me know in the comment section below. How to apply and reapply sunscreen. This is simple. If you don't apply makeup, sunscreen must be the last step of your skincare routine. No matter how many products you are layering, no matter what the texture is, sunscreen must be applied after everything else. And if you wear makeup, use sunscreen at the last of your skincare routine before you apply your makeup. And it's equally important to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours if you're staying outside. No matter what the sunscreen company claims, reapply or you're gonna regret. But what if you're staying indoors? Do you still need to apply or reapply your sunscreen? Or what if you're using any active ingredient that makes you more sensitive to the sun? I'll be answering these questions in a separate video, so stay tuned, share, and subscribe. Bye!